Meet Wendy Bartlett, music composer and Volkswagen Bug lover from Bellingham, Washington. This is her story.
I believe my very first start with being fascinated by music came at about age 4. And a lot of it had to do with Mom having the radio on while she was doing housework and listening to popular songs. And it got to the point where if you hear a popular song on the radio often enough, it's like it just saturates your head. One day, I had a curiosity. What does this piano do? Well, slowly but surely, one note came with the other one, and I was forming triad chords with my left hand, notes on my right hand, and da 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 da. This sounds like the song on the radio. So my dad's coming home from work, and he's hearing music starting, stopping, starting, stopping, starting, stopping. And he's, someone stop messing with the stereo. Sees his 4-year-old daughter sitting at the piano, and his reaction is, okay, your mother and I kind of have an idea where you're going. I love to have a story behind the music that I write. I have to admit, I'm one of these band geeks, classic band geek, theory geek, that, where does the D chord go into the G? What's the relationship between a D and a G? And my hand was always up. I'd be just like, take me, yes, I'm ready, I know the answer. There's something about a score, there's something about even a condensed piano score where I'm like, I know where this chord is going. I know where this melody line and this harmony line and the percussion line and what direction these chords are going. I basically have a hands-on rule of like a 3 times the charm. If I hear like something going on in my head, I must have something like a Bose speaker or something back behind my head, because if I hear something once, it's kind of, where did that go? If it comes back a second time, I'm thinking, something's starting to gel. Okay, that's interesting. If it comes back a third time, I better hit my piano. I kind of go by pitch and timbre and tone color. Like if there's a certain quality, like if there's a warm brass feeling, I'm thinking, French horns would be beautiful with that. Or there could be a combination of horns infused with other woodwinds, like if there's saxophones and trumpets, or trumpets, trombones. I love to incorporate like different instruments. One of the things, I think it's one of many qualities about music that I love so much, is that it's such a universal language. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're from, what language you speak. You listen to that, people from all dialects, all cultures can, oh wow, I love that. My first symphony had to do with what had once been the darkest chapter of my life. This had to do with surviving an abusive relationship. And again, I employed like all the instruments in my chamber orchestral ensemble as people in telling the story. With it came this incredible sense of finality. Upon the world premiere of Symphony 1 in D minor, The Drowning Pool, I'll just never forget that day. And every woman in that whole room, it was a good thing there were like on the table all these boxes of Kleenex, because they were all sobbing. And my initial reaction was, oh no, what have I done? And my mother teared up, and she said, oh wow, I feel your pain, I feel your fear, I feel your emotion projected through this music. I can't, as a composer, I can't ask for anything better than that. To get that response. I think that's one of the strengthening things that music also lends, is just sort of, okay, all this happened, this tragedy happened, but there's like a rebuilding. It's like, okay, there's a strengthening. Okay, that did happen, but that was then. We're going on. We're going forward. It's a wonderful, wonderful way of remembering my parents and so many fabulous people in the course of my life, so that magically they are immortalized. If I've touched even just one person, it just amazes me to be able to contribute something like that. But there's no better legacy I could possibly leave behind than sharing music.
There was someone else missing from Wendy's story. There was another crucial component in her life that tied it all together. Meet Frankie. "42 years ago, my beloved parents brought home a brand new Volkswagen Super Beetle convertible, and I was amazed. I was just, oh my gosh, we have a Volkswagen. Let's name it. Somehow, some way, the car just looked like a Frankie for some reason. So my poor mother, the car's initial owner, was shaking her head, rolling her eyes, and going, it's a car, not a human. But there's something, the risk of sounding a little cliched and corny, and I don't know, depends on how you look at it. There's something about that car. Over that span of 42 years, I might as well have like a Volkswagen ring or something on this finger, because by common law, we're sort of like a mechanical human. We got this common law, automotive husband and wife kind of relationship going that is just sort of, there's a lot of love, like every little nook and cranny. There's something about being able to take the top down on a sunny day and just take off. This was actually from, if you can believe it, what signified Frankie's 40th automotive birthday, and we drove all the way. We took what had to have been one of the best road trips ever. There's this one liberating freedom and ability to live more of a spontaneous, hey, yeah, sun's out, let's just go, let's just get out and go. I mean, there's still the stability of, well, we got to come back home sometime, but there's this wonderful lightweight, upbeat friendliness in his own mechanical way that Frankie has. Gosh darn it, somewhat akin to his fellow Volkswagen, Herbie. And so over the years, it's just sort of like I get this feeling from Frankie as well, that he's just sort of, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I like it here. I like you too. So do you see Frankie as almost being alive, kind of? Like, do you talk to him? Do you feel like he's like, can you explain that?
I do. As you can see from pictures, I like giving him a little hug. And it's, obviously a car can't hug back, but in its own mechanical way, it's just sort of like still a warm, loving, inviting presence. So if, a car doesn't have arms to reach around you and embrace you back, but there's the warmth of those sheepskin-lined seats. We'll be driving along, and if it's a cold day, the heater sometimes has a way of just coming on like, oh, are you cold? You need do you need a little warmth? Okay, I'm here. Or if it's just like, I'm really tired, it's almost like the car's thinking, okay, well, do you want me to go on autopilot? It's all right, take it easy, I'll sit back, I'll drive. Thinking, do you want to stop for gas? He's like, where are we going to put it? Are we saving up, storing up for 2017? Look, the needle's almost to the very top. Why? What? I'm fine. You try running uphill on a full stomach and see if that'll work for you. It's just kind of like there's like these wonderful vibes that we exchange between us. But there's something about Frankie being a car. I can conceal my deepest, darkest thoughts, secrets, any insecurities. I can take them out there. It's like, it's okay. I'm not going to tell a soul. You can tell me anything. Lay your head back on the sheepskin-lined seat cover. You need a little, like some sort of an automotive hug, reassurance. It's like he's saying, I'm there too, yeah.
Do you see yourself ever getting into another relationship? Or do you feel that Frankie is enough? Do you feel that Frankie fills that void for you?
Frankie's enough. And yes, he's someone I can grow old, well, something I can grow old with. And every time I tell him, I said, well, you'll grow old with me, aren't you? He'll sit there quietly, but I can tell in his own way, he's like, that's the plan, isn't it? I'm ready to grow old with you too. Like, I'm not going anywhere. He really is more than just a car. Frankie has witnessed a lot of stuff also in my life. Was there during the series of events that inspired my first symphony. And in a lot of respects, Frankie is one of the, along with my parents and family members, friends, and a wealth of so many other wonderful people that got me out of a bad situation, Frankie did too. He was among many liberators that just said, I'm a car. I can help you put some distance and mileage between the ugliness. Let's get the ugliness behind us, onward and forward. And so symbolically, that too is what Frankie represents. So that's one of the main reasons why he'll always be the love of my life. And I'm lucky to have him.